The swing's looking better. So today, what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to start fixing the top. It just gets a little bit open. Was that your back? Impressive. It just gets a little bit back here and open. And so we just need to clean that up. Just so what we're trying to do is we're trying to eliminate as much stuff that we have to do on the downswing. Because all that like extra movement that you have to do is just going to take away from any power and consistency. Whereas if you can just make it very simple and one move coming down, then much more consistent, much faster, and everything else. I mean, that already looks cleaner at the top, though. So here's how I would suggest warming up, okay? Because what we've mainly worked on is kind of turning back, right, and then getting into that left side and how to turn through. So that's where we want to accentuate the most. And really, the most important part of the shot is hip to hip, right? That's the impact zone, correct? So when you're starting off, just take a half swing, get to the top, stop, and then just hit kind of like punch shots that are flying like 30 yards. All we're trying to do is, one, get loose, but we also, if you start off with big old swings, now obviously you're just saying practice swings to get loose, but when you're hitting and you just go straight full, you're going to probably revert back a little bit into the default, what you used to do. Whereas if you just stop it here, because your big thing is you get it too far down and then try to rotate coming through. Well, if you stop it here, you can't drop it. Forces you to use that left side to get us through. Does that make sense? So when we're starting off, start there and then just build out. There. Really good. Really good. Because in this shot too is really the catalyst and just kind of where your wedge game is going to actually have its foundation as well. This is like the scoring. These are the type of shots you're going to score with, because obviously we're going to start hitting it a little bit further. So you're going to go in with a shorter club. So when we got those wedges in our hands, we've got to take advantage of them. So this is basically the swing that you're going to have with a wedge anyway. Yeah. Kind of hear it kind of at the bottom, kind of catch, and then go through. So when you're doing this, really try. It's kind of fun. You can kind of make it as fun as you want to. See how low you can hit it, but how far you can hit it. That'll really force us to get into that left side to get that grip out in front, okay? There. Much better sound. See how we clipped it off there? A lot better. And when you finish, have that club straight out. If we whip it around, we could pull it. Is that a pitching wedge? For whatever reason, the pitching wedge, whenever you try to hit it like 3/4 and stuff, this is like the one wedge, it just wants to go left. Okay? And so even players like on the PGA Tour and stuff, they do not like to hit half pitching wedges because it will just go left. Okay? And so you almost have to feel like you slice it. So when you're hitting this, make sure you're finishing out. Okay? Yeah. It's all right. A lot better. I don't mind that, though. We just got to keep getting better at it. But that's what we're looking for, okay? And that will just get you on it. Go ahead and you're going to start grooving and getting in the mode of getting into that front foot. We go ahead and start the day doing that. Now look at that grouping we got going. And when you guys got matches, make sure you're teeing off at 3 o'clock. You're basically like rolling out of the bus to get to the tee, right? Just doing these to warm up is better than going. You'll see some girls grab guys are the worst at it. They just grab the driver right out of the bag and just start wailing at it. Do this instead. That was really good. That sounded really good. I like that. Hey everybody, thank you for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know of any other parts of the game you want me to cover. Any feedback you can give me, that would be great. If you want some more information or any further help, please email me at this email address. If you're not near the Spartanburg area, but you still want help with your game, I've got 2 virtual platforms that I'm on. Find me there. Reach out to me. I'd love to help you with your game, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. That had an even better sound to it. Yeah. Go ahead and hit that one, then we'll look at the one you just hit. I mean, you can even hear the sound. But yeah, but see how that face? That's pretty open right there. Okay. But look at how you got into that left foot. Now before, that club would have been in here. Okay, but you can see now how it's kind of on top. Yeah, that looks really good. Well, that impact position looks so much better. Now we're together coming through. Okay, but we just need to clean up that position right there, because if you keep going, that's going to get more behind you, and then it's going to get more open. Does that make sense? Yeah. And so then we're going to have to kind of do some stuff at the bottom that's going to square it up, and we'd like for it not to do that, right? Now let's start taking fuller swings. Yeah. That's what we've got to guard against. Okay? Because the fuller your swing gets, the more those arms start traveling. And that's what I was saying when we're looking at that half one, it's like fine, but it's going to keep going, then we get stuck, and now we're going to have to make up for it. Okay, so that's what we really got to tackle today, is just getting that backswing in a much better position, because you are getting into that left leg and using it. But if we get out of position, then we're going to have to try to figure out how to get there. Just hit a few more, just kind of keep getting loose. Yeah. Were you doing a lot of those, or just today? Just today. Okay. So go ahead and set up to it. So go ahead and take it back halfway. There. Much better. Now, when we're going back, keep that right hip turning. Go. There. Right to there. That's as far as we want to go. And it's going to be a little slow. Right to there. Okay? That's where we want to be. Now that's square. See? A little bit more square. Even get this there. Just to there. I know that sounds weird because you're usually behind, but look at how your hands are out in front of your chest. Usually your hands are way behind your chest. Right there. Okay? So let me just see you just take it back to that spot there. There. Much better. If you do the hip, you'll stay square. If you try to rotate the hands back there, that's when we get it open. So we're not really trying to do any sort of manual rotating of the hands. if I just turn back and toss it back there, it's going to get there. If you were to sit here with your hands naturally hanging down, and I just go like this, look how they naturally, because of how the humerus is in my shoulder, look how it opens up anyway. If I do this, now look how it gets back, and now I'm really low. Does that make sense? Yes. So if we can do it ribs to knees and just keep getting that position, the shoulder, or just the natural turn of the body, will put it into position. It's when we start trying to like manually stay square to the arc or get it square, rotate it, that we're going to have issues. Okay? So if we can just make it as clean and as smooth as possible, it's going to get square. Now, when you go back, go ahead and step to it again. Okay, halfway back like you were. Yeah, see, that's perfect right there. That's perfect. Okay, now just keep turning around the spine. There we go. Now your spine angle is the same. If it gets down here, now your spine has gone more vertical. So we got to keep that spine the same. Okay, and that's why you'll hit behind the ball is you've changed the spine angle. There you go. Much better. Now it's out in front of you. Do that. There. Okay, do that again. Straight back. There. A lot better. When you go here, your hips drop down. Keep your butt back. Okay? That's all right. That's all right. Now, when we go through it, just go. Still too much down. The ones that you were clipping with those half swings, you were just straight forward. Right now, you're kind of getting back. And that's why I was saying start with those half swings where you're really feeling like you're going out forward, because that's going to get us going in that direction already because you want to go down. That's your default, is you want to go down. And we need to go forward. Okay? So just once you get over it, just go forward. There we go. A lot better sound on that one. Okay? Key is just keep it. We got to go around that spine. Once that spine changes, that's when we're going to get into a lot of problems. And it affects the face too. Okay? Much better. Now we just got to get the contact, but look at that. So much better. That was really good. That's where you got to, on the backswing, it really is controlling, getting this turn to be in our core around the spine. Okay? That's where we're going to get, and it's okay. All your arms have to do, we just need to get a full shoulder turn. We don't need the arms to go back. That's actually worse. Okay? If we can get a good full shoulder turn and our hands stop here out in front of our chest, yeah. People may say, well, that's a short swing. But it's really not. I got a full turn. My hands just didn't get stuck behind me. Okay? Almost. All right. Look up there real quick. This is the one right before. That's good. See how when you're going back, I want you to watch right in here. When you go back, now you're turning, which is fine, but you're kind of turning off the line, and you can see how your left knee starts coming down. Now look at how your torso's kind of rounded. Okay? That's what we need to clean up on the backswing, because when that happens, there's that face that gets open. Okay? That's what's causing that thing to get open, because then it's just going to drop down. Look, I mean, look at that. Look how you're using that left leg. I mean, that's not the issue. You're actually doing a really good job. Yeah, look at that, firing off of it. Getting some height, and then you come flying through. So the downswing is great, okay? We just got to get that backswing in a position to where you're not having to manipulate the club on every single swing, depending on how far behind, how open, and everything else that you get in the backswing. Because this is good. I mean, if you look at where you started with your spine, and then where you get to at impact, you're pretty much there. We just have to do a lot of extra stuff that we really don't need to do to get there. Okay? All right, so go ahead and set up like you're going to hit one. All right, so go ahead, take it back. There you go. See, that's so much different than when you are actually over the ball. Well, because I was really watching here. If I drew a line like right on your right hip, we want to turn along it. Whereas when you're going back, you're kind of pushing in such a way that you come off of it. Whereas right there, you are perfectly square to that line. Yep. Much better. Yeah, see, I mean, that's right out in front. That's as far as we need to go. Now, start getting into your left foot. There. That's all it is. Because see, now you're already there. You don't have to do anything else. So see, if just go ahead and do kind of the piece it together. Take away, top. Once you get to the top, go. There. Now, when you turn, the other thing too is you can turn and not know how far you're turning. Like, there is no barrier in your hips that's saying stop turning. Okay, do it again. So we just need to get you to a spot where you can stop. There and there. That's as far as you need to go. That hardly feels like anything, right? That's as far as you need to go. Do it again. Good. There. Go. Mm-hmm. You don't. Your full turn, like what is a full turn, to you is going to feel like a half. I mean, you just don't have any sort of resistance in your hips or back that says stop. Like I mean, I'm 40, almost 45. There's plenty of resistance going on. So it's going to be almost a half turn to you. Yep, there. That's all right. Hey, I don't care. I love the backswing. Just drill it in. But that was really, really good. Yeah. Look up there. So much better. See how now, even though your hips are turning, you're not coming off that line. I mean, you can see how you're getting stable right over that right leg. Now look at the face. It's still a little bit, it's teetering on open, but at least you can see the leading edge on the right side of the shaft. That looks so much better. Still have that drop. That's going to be there for now. But you can just see just how much smooth, I mean, look at that power coming through. That whip coming through. Now, I'm not saying that we get rid of the whip, because that's going to be a big power move. We just got to make sure it doesn't drop too far or get too far behind you. Okay? But if you can whip it, like if you can get it, when you get back, if you can get that to kind of set down and really get that lag, and then have to power through coming, through the ball, it's gonna go. Now, when you come through, when you're going on the through swing, backswing was good. Try to still feel a little bit more vertical with the backswing than normal. When you come down, just go that way. don't go down here. I don't care if you top it, shank it, whatever. I just want to see you go straight left. So just even a little bit more, less around going back, still more keeping that spine angle good. There, there. Now go forward. There we go. Went out there with much better sound. And look how straight it's going. And here's the other thing. I don't know if you can't feel it here, but that wind today is actually going this way. So for you to hit a draw, but not just get up there and dive, means that that ball was coming out. I mean, obviously the axis was making it go to the left, but it wasn't hard. It was a soft draw, because if it was a hard draw in this wind, it really would have gone left. So that just tells you just how well you hit it. Love it. Higher, but a flatter ball flight. Yeah. I mean, that's already starting to go further. But look how much straighter it's going. It's all right. You just got a little spinny, but I'd rather you miss it like that. You know what I mean by spinny? So spinny on the downswing is when you get back and we just kind of spin the hips, okay? Because you've turned back, we've gotten what? We've gotten into our right side. Our shoulders have come over a little bit. So if my shoulders come over off center and I spin, I never got back to center, so I just kind of cut across it and hit it thin. So the first move is once we've turned back, now we get into that foot, then we rotate coming through and our momentum's coming through. Okay? That's all. And you've really got to make sure you do it with the shorter clubs just because of how they're built. But, I mean, if that's your worst shot, I'm not going to complain too much. Yeah. That sounded really good. A little overdrawy, but again, that could be some of the wind. That's what I was talking about, if it's getting a little bit over. And the cool thing is you're going to start finding you are going to have to use less and less forced hands to get it out there. Like, it looks like you really work at the bottom to get it through. You're actually going to be able, you're going to start finding yourself using less and less. Don't mind that one at all. Anything right. Not every miss is the same. I don't mind that at all. It's the hooks. Well, the reason is because when you drop it down here, and you come from so far from the inside, we're actually going like up and around. And so that's when you start hooking it. And I would say if you're playing, even if you're having a really, really good round, and that ball is a high looping draw, get through the round and really start grinding on getting that club here, in a better spot at the top and getting into that left, because it is dropping. You just timed it out. And you're one bad timing day away from a really big number. Okay? Does that make sense? Like, I know that I'm in trouble. So in 2021, I qualified for the sectional of the US Open. Okay? I go down, play at the Bears Club in West Palm and Jupiter, Florida. Okay? And there's like Lucas Glover was there, Jonas Blix, Karadesh Jeffrey Barnrat, Luke Donald was there. So everybody's there, right? I played 2 practice rounds. And I had the high looping draws. And I could not get rid of it. And I knew, and I was like, this is not good. And my cat, I was grinding on the range trying to get rid of it because I knew it wasn't good. And my caddy was sitting there going, dude, you just shot 9 under in 2 practice rounds. I was like, I know that. But that looping draw, I don't know if that's going to hold up the next day in 36 holes. And it didn't. And I got these snap hooks because I knew that it was coming. Okay, so even though I was 9 under, I shot 67, 68. even though, now you're not supposed to keep score, but I would hit it on the green and just kind of putt around. Even though I did that in the practice rounds, I still knew that once the pressure of the actual tournament started getting there, it may not hold up. And that I was, playing with fire, doing it unless I could figure it out. Now, unfortunately, I just couldn't figure it out in 2 days, get it nailed down in 2 days to fix it. If that would have happened maybe the week before, I'd have been just fine. But then it happened like 2 days later. It's really hard to kind of stop it. So when you start, even though if you're hitting it solid and you're playing great, get through the round and work on it, because that's kind of like a warning sign, like, okay, my timing was really good, but this is not where we want to be. Okay. And that's how people get into it. They're like, man, I just shot like my best round and I was hitting this and then I was playing that and it was worse and it was all this, that, and the other, and they shoot like a million. And it's like, the reason is because, yes, you might have done well because it was timing. It wasn't because you were doing it right. And then once the pressure builds, situation builds, guess what? The timing isn't going to quite be the same. Okay. So that's anything right for you, like that kind of right, we're okay with, because that means you're getting a little bit more on top of it. Okay. Not every miss is the same. Yeah. Much better. Really good there. Because now that face is getting much squarer and much better as far as being out in front of you at the top. Yeah, there. See, I'll take that. Those are okay. Those little hangers out to the right, we'll take those. It's the ones that you're able to kind of move over that we've got problems. I mean, like seriously, like I played in the local U.S. Open qualifier this year, and I'm on the driving range hitting like 30-yard blocks. My caddy's like, "How you hitting?" I was like, "Oh, I'm fine." And he was like, "That's what you want to see?" I was like, "I promise you it's fine." And I probably I still haven't, I hit probably that was the best driving that I've had in like 2 years was that day. He got there, he was like, "You were right." I was like, "Dude, I don't mind seeing anything go right." Because in my life, I have never had a problem with it going left. You know what I mean? So not every miss is the same. Uh-huh. Now that was by far your best one. Really good. All right, now, moment of truth. Let's just try to do some full swings. Okay? But you can't do those all day. I mean, I guess you could. There's actually a guy named Steve Pate. I mean, I think he used to do this deal. I mean, he was like, this was just up here, and then, I mean, it was so slow. Then you got Sunjay M. Sunjay M does that. He'll get it here, and then he goes up. I mean, it can work. Not sure if that's comfortable for you, but it has been done. Hi, everybody. This is Jimmy Shaw. Thank you for clicking on my video today. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below for any other tips, drills, or any other type parts of the game that you want me to cover. If you want me to help you with your game, you can find me at these 2 locations, and the links are in the description. Again, thank you, and I hope you enjoy this video. I tell you what, going back wasn't that bad. Let's see. See how when you take it back on a normal, how it starts rotating? I don't know, can you see your hands rotating right now? Now they're going open already. Okay, but whole lot better in your legs. You know, at this point I said the left knee was, now you can see it's getting pulled over. You really try to keep going. That is actually at the top a whole lot better. Let me look at that toe is starting to come up. Still went a little long, but I mean, that's to be expected, but that still looks way better. Stayed closer to the line than we normally do. Ooh. Yeah. It's still rotating a little bit. But look at the difference in the takeaways. There, whereas here, lot tighter. You can see, and this is where that, look how low we got. Try to get there, but look, much better there. Boy, that's a really, I mean, look at that. Look at that push off that heel, that left heel. That's really good. Just nothing there. I mean, it's already moved in. I mean, we're moved a long way in just a couple weeks. It looks really, I mean, it's right there. Uh-huh. Hey, I mean, you might have stopped, but wasn't the worst. Now, I'm not saying that this has to be your swing. I mean, but it wasn't that bad. I mean, like I said, there's only one Sanjay and there's only one Hideki that does those things. So it's not like it's, if it was something that everybody could do, they'd all be doing it. Really, really good. Little overdraw, but overall, excellent swing. All right, let's get some a little bit longer. But it's really going to come down to, and here's the brutal part, is can you be disciplined enough to kind of split your practice time into like probably doing your practice time like 60% of that doing the drills. That's the hard part because it gets to be so monotonous. It gets to be so exhausting because it's like, this is just brutal. But that's what, I mean, that's what pros, that's how they get to be where they're at, is that most pros that separates the greats, okay, is like take Tiger from back when he changed his swing. Nick Faldo in '85, he changed his swing, and then from '87 to '96, won 6 majors and probably 50 events worldwide, somewhere around in there, maybe more. Then you got, maybe not that many, but like 30 to 50. Then you got Tiger, wins the Masters, changes his swing in the winter of '97. '98 was decent, turns the corner in '99. We know what happened for the next basically a little 12 years. Point is, both of those guys were okay sitting on the driving range for 2 hours at a time, taking it back and doing whatever drill. In Faldo's case, it was Ledbetter, piecing it together like Ledbetter wanted him, or in Tiger with Butch Harmon, piecing it together. They were okay with spending 2 hours doing that. Okay, guys on tour, they can sit out there for a couple hours and just basically do that. It's, can you get disciplined enough to do that? That's the hard part. Because it is, I'm not saying it's going to be any fun, but the improvement is fun to watch. That's already better. What was that? That's already flying out there better. I mean, you can tell that the timing isn't quite right. You kind of still, it's like the oil, it's like the Tin Man without oil, still a little creaky, but it's already, because you're just not fully comfortable with it yet, but it's still so much better. That's already in the right direction. That's just when we get a little far, and that's when you know you got a little bit too far going back, and then we dropped it too far inside coming down. Okay, that's all. So where does it need to stop? Even though this is a longer club, where do we need to, so show me where it needs to stop. The club? Mm-hmm. Yep, go ahead and take it back to where we need to stop the swing. There. I mean, that probably feels like you didn't even take it past your chest. That's as far as you need. That's a full turn. That's all you need. I can take that miss all day long. I know it's not the sexiest or the most ego building, but I'll tell you what, you can shoot 72 to 75 in that, can't you? That's what we're looking for. Yeah. How'd that feel? Yeah. I mean, how far were you hitting that thing?
Before, like 125, 130.
Yeah, I mean, that's going 135, 140, and that wind's, like I said, coming basically out of about 2 o'clock. So you're already starting to get more on it. What do you think? Mm-hmm. Got a look takeaway really good. And then we just kind of get back there. Once you're back here and once you get back and we get too far, spine comes up, hips get off the line. Now you can see how I'm kind of leaning back into my left side. That's going to get the club stuck behind, and with you defaulting or have groove kind of dropping it. Obviously, this is grossly exaggerated, but look how far behind me I am. I'm going to have to come in, and when I come in, I'm coming from the inside and shoving that thing right around that ball. It's just going to go left. Okay. The thing is drilling in how far to take it back, because when you take it back so short, your body is going to sit there and say, well, this ain't going anywhere. So it's easy to get out of sync that way. So we're just going to take it back a little bit shorter. Much better. Now look at us. That's a really good finish. Right leg fully extended. Hips, shoulders, everything going in the same direction. Posted up on that left side. That was excellent. Even that was a miss. I get it. That was missed. But look how much straighter it was. I mean, that's still a full backswing. You probably felt how far did you feel like it went back? Oh, you felt it go all the way back? Okay.
Oh, you're talking about, yeah, I think it felt shorter. Like I tried to feel shorter.
Yeah. Boom. But look at how you are driving into that left. I mean, that part, I will say this, I've been coaching and teaching a lot of juniors, and we work on that. You're probably the one who's got that down the quickest. That did not seem to be that hard for you, which for a lot, that's kind of like the hardest part for them to kind of wrap their heads around and get. That has not been an issue for you to jump off that foot. It's just getting into a better spot coming down. Okay? Does that make sense? Now, here's a drill. Have you ever done the stick drill? And make it not hit you?
Yeah.
Did we do that one time? Or have you done? Okay.
I think I've done it before. Yeah, I've done this before.
Underneath that arm. Yeah, now, people will tell you to take the full swing. Do not take a full swing. Just there. Now, come down. There we go. Because if you take a full swing, you're going to get here. This is a half swing. Okay? But it'll at least kind of give you there. Now, this thing, you will get here, and then look at what that stick does. Comes up. I need that stick to stay down. Now it gets parallel, and now it comes over. Okay? That's how you're going to really start feeling it not drop underneath. Okay? Now, when you're doing this, like I said, do not do it full. Because if you do it full, your side over there is going to look like your shirt. And you're not going to be able to like bend over for a month because you're going to have a big old welt. Just take it back to the top. There we go. Yep. Now, slowly come down to try to match that. See if we can get that. There we go. There we go. And then once you get to about here, then I want you to hit it. Okay? and just kind of get to there to where it doesn't hit you. But if you just do it from there, we're not going to have enough momentum to go all the way around. Yep. There we go. So that's really good. That's where you want to see it. Again, that left side. There we go. Now hit it. Now you see how we kind of chopped it away. Use that to get us through. Okay? But this is a good way to visually, and again, don't worry about what the ball does. I mean, this thing shouldn't go more than about 20 yards. Really good. There we go. Now you see how we're starting to use our shoulders to kind of get it around?
Yeah.
Here, ribs, knees. Shoulders stay out of it. Okay? But I'll tell you what, it still looks really good. We just got to get that piece. Yep. Now, you kind of feel it on your side there?
Yeah.
Try not to let it hit you. Okay, let's do one more. But this is one that you can do over and over and over again. There, that was really, really good. Do that one more time because I was looking at the other swing. Go ahead and do that one more time because that was excellent. Even if you want to start off, like, I would even recommend maybe starting off doing like 5 to 10 of these just to kind of get it grooved, and then do a half swing so you can kind of take, because you can get like all these gadgets and do all this stuff. Well, that's great when you have the gadget on, but what happens when you take it off? It's kind of hard to make it work. So if you did 5 to 10 of these to start, then do the half swings and then build up from that. That again, we're just wanting to go ahead and set the stage. Yep. Still really good. That didn't hit you either, did it? I mean, it might have tapped you, but I mean, you didn't hear the shafts reverberating. That's perfect. Look at the difference in the shaft at the top. Sorry, the club head. Dead square. Okay. At this point, you really would have had the tip pointed more up than it is there. Now we could still do a little bit better job of getting that left side to come through. I mean, to kind of pull it a little bit. That's why it touched you. So when you get here, still make sure that left leg separates, kind of, like we did last time. Separate and pivot. But overall, much better. But this will kind of give you a better glimpse at basically, the angles that the club should look, because it's an extension. If you don't want to use that, if you're out there and you're wanting to just swing like when you're playing, okay, because you're going to run into it's going to be off and you're sitting there all day. I mean, we know girls events, 6-hour rounds, right? I mean, you're out there for a while. Stick a T in the bottom. That was how we used to do it. Stick a T in the grip, kind of grip down all the way to the shaft, and just sit there while you're doing it and just drill it in. Okay. Might as well pass the time getting better. Almost just let it drop a little bit too far. But I mean, that was a chunk, and that went just as far as your good shots used to go. So big improvement, right? What do you think? Actually, it was a smidgen long. It wasn't too long. We just let it drop too far. That's all. Okay. So go ahead and take it back. If you start feeling yourself doing that, go ahead and go back. Hold. We're just going to hold this now. Really try to see how far you can get down into that left foot. There. There. That's what we want to feel. So when you're actually out there, you're just that. So those are the 2 things that you can do to kind of isolate it. Now when we get over it, just kind of, one thought going back, one thought going down. Really good. Really good there. Now it's just getting your time to hit it a little bit more solid, but you had 99% of the swing right there. We just need to drop that groove down, but that's just going to come with repetition and confidence. Yep, like that right there. That was in the 145 range. That's
Crazy.
that's a game changer right there. Well, the other thing that you also need to take you know observe from that is this: any girl, well, I shouldn't say any girl, but let's just say any girl can hit it 145-yard 7-iron, right? The difference is that was going to be more in the 150 because it was going to land 145 but then roll out. So any girl could essentially hit it 150 yards 7-iron, right? The difference is that yours just flew 145 and rolled out 5. Theirs is going to hit and land at 128 and then take off, right? Because it's going this high, it's got no spin. So if that flag is back left, well, they're going to have to hit 7. They got 150. Well, they're hitting 7-iron trying to just get it onto the green and then run it back there. Well, there's no way you can get back to the flag. Whereas on that shot, you can aim it at the right center of the green and swing away. If it draws, it draws. If it doesn't, I'm still in the middle of the green. And if you hit it solid, you're still pin high. Or now you can fit it back into that corner and it's not going to run off. So they're just trying to, get it on there and hopefully get there, whereas you are actually being able to get a shorter birdie putt. That's going to be a complete game changer, being able to hit it that far and come in that steeply into the ground. Just got a little quick with the shoulders. It's okay. Timing was just a little bit off. I will say that when you do it right, it's like you get back there, you get here, and there's like this little bit of it's kind of this like, you almost slow down in the transition and then blast off. When you get quick is when your shoulders go. I don't know how it felt in between those last 2 swings, but if you can kind of create that little patient digging in. This last one, that's when the shoulders are going so fast, you go like this, and now there's the stuck part. Whereas the other one, there was just kind of like building of momentum. It wasn't like here and then go. It was like you got back and you're building, 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 and then fired. So whatever you can kind of do to feel that is going to be what we want. Now just play with it, because sometimes you can get too much. You kind of want it to be kind of organic. So get back and then just try to focus on that left side. Don't start thinking about left side, slow, and all that kind of stuff. You're going to get too much going on. Turn back a little bit less like you have been, and then use that left leg. Yeah, that was it right there. I don't know what you felt or what you thought, but whatever it was, go write that down and just, that's all you think about over the ball. Okay? I'm not even going to tell you what you did. I just want you to write it down. Okay? You want to hit some more? Or you want to go write it down real quick? Yeah. Before you forget? Whatever that thought was it. Because all those drills we did, the piecing it together, the stick drill, the getting back in this, that's all to enhance whatever you just wrote down. Okay? All that stuff goes away when you get over the ball, and we're only thinking about what you just wrote down. Yeah. How was that? Yeah. Let's see. I will say this, you've even got a little bit more pace going back, which is, yeah, still getting there, but it's later. It's still kind of rotating, getting inside, but it's later in the swing. It's not right at the beginning. You know, it's not just whipping straight inside. It's actually going straight back. That's still, look at that face. It's that toe's starting to come up a little bit. You're not nearly as far behind. Now we still have a little bit of curvature there. So we just got, that's where working with the stick is going to pay dividends. Okay. Way better. At this point, that club was really falling behind you. Boy, look at, I mean, look, you were in that foot. Boom. Now you can explode. And you can just see that left foot. You know, most people would say, oh, it's early extending, but you're not, you're extending at the ball. Okay? Let's do this. Make sure. Oh, good. Might be a little old, but boom. See that? Now that's an older one of them. But look how he's extending at impact. We just got to keep working on it, staying on top of the line a little bit longer so it doesn't drop behind you. But look, same spot. Boom. But you can see that you can see where the clubs go. One goes, you see how his is kind of going a little bit left and a little bit more down the line, whereas yours is going out. All that is a byproduct of you just dropping it too far underneath. Okay? But that's extending and powering through at impact. So really, really good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Way better. So we're just gonna mix. You just gotta do, you gotta mix it. We gotta do drills, right? We gotta keep mixing up the drills. So we're gonna do, I would do the stick drill. I would start with the stick drill. We do the stick drill 5 to 10 times just to kind of get it set. Okay. Because we're still, when we're coming through the stick drill, we're still worried about impact, right? We're still trying to get here at impact. And then I would go into doing like 5 to 15 of those half pitch shots. I would do it with a wedge. Plus, you've got to work on your wedges. Okay. Then start going into maybe going into the full swing. Once you've done the wedges, because I would say even on your wedges, only keep it to half swings until you get to like a 54 and beyond. Okay, there's just too much loft to really start doing full swings, in my opinion. Once you start getting into full swings, maybe do 15 to 20, piece it together. Then once you get in like 7, 8 iron, then start going. And if you start falling off a cliff and you start feeling it kind of going back, go back to piecing it together for about 3 or 4. You can always do that. Go to the stick drill. Just go revert back to those. But once you get over the ball and we're full swinging it, whatever you wrote down is the only thing you're thinking about. And if you're not hitting it well, then we've got to go back to the drill and pick out the drill. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I would say when you get to 7, 8 iron and you get back, I would just do a couple of swings where you get back and really feel like you get into it so that we don't drop down too far. Does that make sense? And then once you get over the ball, it's those swing thoughts. Because ever since you came up with those, I mean, it's been pretty much the same shot every single time. And you have a lot better pace too. Yeah, that was, now hold it. See how you're right on top? Well, here, straight line. Now when you finished, your right leg was extended. It's not getting like your hips wrapped around and it gets like a Twizzler. Everything's going this way. That's what we want. Okay. You want that back leg to be extended and hips around. We don't want, that's just going to be an awkward. You probably got your shoulders around. That's just going to be an awkward, jumbled mess. So with that leg extended right on top of that left foot like you are, it's perfect. Yeah. I mean, that's a different ball flight. I mean, even that was a little thin, but I mean, still, that's a different player.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks so much cleaner. It's a lot less activity going on. So what do you think caused that to be just a little bit behind it? It worked out. I mean, I would say everything else was good, but there was just one thing. Is a little bit behind, a little loopy. Got just that one you just got a little bit long. Now, I'm just being picky, but just so you can be aware of it. If it kind of goes out, I mean, that worked out. You hit a little bit behind it. It was a little loopy on the draw. That was just a little bit long. Okay. Because then the longer you get, that's when you really drop it underneath. Boom. Oh, that was the best sounding one all day. Like that one?
Mm-hmm.
We haven't gotten to the driver yet, but I mean we're not going to hit driver today, but it's going to start. You're really going to have to look at the shaft now.
I'm actually gonna do that after this.
Okay. Yeah, you got to get a different shaft in it. Now it's on automatic. I mean, look at that. Leg fully extended. Everything's right on top of your left. Everything's around. We don't have the shoulders wrapped around and the hips not. Everything is just perfect. Everything's going right there. Make sure don't get too wrapped up. Like the only thing is if you go, it might be a little wanky with the driver right now. Okay. So just make sure that they're do like the 7-iron. Make sure they get the swing speed and kind of almost base it off that just a little bit because it may be a little bit off with the driver, just the timing of it. Okay. So just know that. A little bit underneath, but I mean, I'm telling you what, that swing thought, whatever you've got it, I mean, whatever that swing thought is it. Because going back, like you have more pace, but you're not getting too far. And then you're really transferring that power into that front foot really, really well. Now that one we got just a little far. See there, see how the shoulders kind of get tilted. You see, look how the shoulders get now. That's where we get a little bit too far. Now we really drop. Now we're going to come away from the inside and try to save it. See the difference? Not much, but just enough to throw off the sequence. Okay? Because once you go too far, you're going to have to pop it back into place before we can go. All right, let's do one more. Let's see if we can correct it. There we go. Better? Tried. It tried. Stopped it just in time. And then got it back into place. You just got to watch that. Okay? If it gets too far, we're going to start dropping it underneath. Then we're going to have issues. Does that make sense? So again, stick drill, 5 to 10. Half swing, 5 to 20 wedges. Once we move up, we're going to piece it together for about 5 to 10, 5 to 15 before we start getting into full swings. And then about, just 5 pumps and then start swinging. Okay? Do that if you get into that rhythm each time, we're really going to start seeing some changes with especially longer clubs into driver, get very, very consistent. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Great job, Sudie. That was really good.